Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black Watchmen. Today we're back and we're going to bug this office, Nathaniel's office, and we need to get a clear signal. So we have this PDF which I've gone through and read everything again just to familiarise myself with everything. So we need to put something on his desk, one of the bugs by his desk. The other two must be placed next to possible sources of interference or background noise. So we need to look for like an air conditioning unit or a fan or something like that. And we need to get the website, which is this one.
If it's not too much trouble, you are going to have to find out where I need to put the bugs. I hope you know how important it is that we get strong signal. We are waiting on you, Agent.
Right, okay. So I guess we need to find this guy's office. And these are the places we can put the bugs, right in the wall. So how do we know whose desk is whose? That is the question. And there's also an office at the bottom as well. So it could be any of these three offices. So we need to find a way to figure out which office is which, I assume. What does it say? It's all about the office phone number. So that's the office phone number. I'm gonna read it a couple of times. I don't want my team sitting around waiting for you all night. Yeah. I don't know how we figure out which one is his desk. Plant bugs and signal devices on various floors in Dr. Nathaniel's office to get a clear signal. All three devices have to be placed in the office at multiple floors before we get a signal. The first microphone must be placed next to the target's desk. The other two have to be placed next to possible forces of interference. Okay, so we're going to need his phone number, so I'll write this down so I don't have to come back here. 514-612-2495. Okay. And there's definitely nothing saying which office, which actual desk is going to be his. I'm just not sure how we figure out whose desk is whose. I mean, is it this one? Because he's, he's on his own in this office. I can't click on the doors or anything. Back to the plan. I don't know if I'm missing something here that's going to narrow down which one. So we need one on each floor, right? So against possible sources of interference. So I'm going to say we put a bug there near the X-ray machine because that's probably a possible source of interference. On the second floor, we have some sort of air conditioning unit, possibly, in the wall. And on the third level, we have this big thing here. So Maybe his office is on the ground floor, and we just have to put it here. Let's try that. 514612. Uh, 2495. So it's a poor, that's a poor signal. Can we change that?
You did all right, Agent. Good work. I will send you a confirmation code. You will need to complete your mission.
ASD 8F78. So that's all it was, and the microphone was just not close enough to the desk. Man, slightly easier than I thought it was, that was. I'm assuming the answer is this code we've just been given. 8F78. Oh wow, so look at that, bunch of achievements.
You found your way around quickly, Agent. The Rosenberg Clinic is now your top priority. You must monitor this case as it unfolds. The bugs are planted. The surveillance team is in place. Now we wait for developments.
Okay. Cool. Seems a bit laggy with the internet tonight. Hopefully everything's okay. We'll see. Well, so I suppose as soon as we get to a proper video. A new mission's been unlocked. So we're onto the clinic now. Let's go. Mission 7, Wiretap. New audio intel has been uploaded to the archive regarding the experiments at the Rosenberg Clinic. Determine the focus of these experiments.
The spot looked no different than any other in the valley. The only reason the detectives were combing the desert was because the cadaver dogs had picked up the smell of decomposition. Finally, the search for the missing...
There has been an update in the Rosenberg Clinic case. Listen to the new audio intel in the archive regarding their experiments and determine the focus of their research.
So we need to figure out what they're researching.
This is what we signed up for. This is the work we do.
Okay. The conversation. Recording with Dr. Nathaniel's phone conversation in archive. Determine the focus of experiments at the Rosenberg Clinic. Aha. Can we... Yeah. Rather than having to look at the individual stuff. So, it's from the surveillance team. Mike here from surveillance team. While you were pushing pencils over the Division HQ melting pot, me and my team have been busy monitoring the facility. After a few nights with nothing to report, we finally found something useful. We recorded a phone call between the target and a third party. No intel on who was on the other side of the call, but it seems important, so I uploaded it for you to work on. I made a special 10-character archive call number just for you. HQ keep telling me you guys are smart. You are smart analysts, good at research, so here you go. Growing up in Moscow, I heard of a movie showing a machine that reanimated dead dog. I never believed story as child, but now the film is online for all to see. I make archive call number the same as the name of a machine in film. If you're smart enough as the brass thinks you are, you should be able to breeze, and you can enter answer in the archive to get the phone call. Plus you get to watch an educational film about science and a dog. Showing a machine that reanimates a dead dog. Okay, so we've found, I think, this this video on YouTube. I think this is what it is. It says Russian scientists back in 1940 reanimated dog heart and lungs to function outside of the body. They even keep a dog's head alive. Video shows what looks like an isolated esky dog head responding to touch, licking its nose, moving its ears. In my opinion, it was a staged part of the Cold War effort against the US. The dog was probably fine. It's very cool to see the lungs expand, collapsing outside of the body. So what was it? I can get rid of that now. That's not that one. the archive call number the same as the machine in the film. So we need to look for this machine. The Soviet Film Agency. Man, this is pretty cool. This is right up my alleyway. Stuff to watch. Yeah, I'm pretty weird. Experiments in the revival of organisms. Research in the revival of animal organisms by means of an artificial blood circulation system carried out at the Institute of Experimental Physiology and Therapy, USSR. Scenario and scientific supervision, Doctor of Medical Science, SS Borienko. Now, this video is 20 minutes long, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but we'll sort of just jump between anything interesting I see in the video, and obviously where I get the answer from.
I should like to tell you that I have seen some of the experiments shown in this film actually carried out at the All-Russian Physiological Congress. As you can imagine, technique is everything. Besides such work as you are about to see, Bryukhanenko shares the credit for the methods of human blood transfusion which were first developed in the Soviet Union and are now practiced in this country, which have saved so many lives during the war. What enabled Soviet scientists to solve this problem?
So we need to...
Organs can be brought to life even though they've been removed from the animal's corpse some time after death. Here's a dog's heart. It can function as well in artificial conditions as in a living organism. And for this purpose, blood is introduced into the cardiac vessels. The isolated heart beats just as it did a few hours previously in the living dog. Acted on lungs taken from an animal.
That's fucked up.
The venous blood is forced into the lungs by the action of the pump. The dark venous blood passes through this tube. In the lungs, it takes up oxygen and becomes arterial blood.
Okay, so I watched the video. You can find it online pretty easily. Just put the Russian dead dog experiment or something like that. That's how I'll find it. I did go to the Wikipedia page as well. It's £20,000 budget, so it must be a bit of propaganda, I'd imagine. A lot of controversy whether or not this film is real. The dog turns its head, which would be impossible to do if the head was cut, like the video claims it was. Yeah, so the thing is called the auto-ejector, and the guy said that was the call, that was the number, that was the archive. Yeah, there we go. So we got some audio.
Hello? Yes I am. Hold on, just let me get the door. All right. I'm doing well, thanks. And yourself? Excellent. I think you were in Egypt the last time we spoke? Morocco. And how was it?
Don't care about your holiday, son.
That's too bad. I hope you had a day to yourself at least. I guess that's business. Personally, I have to get out of the city. My family and I go camping as often as we can manage. No. We've got a camper. Mostly upstate New York, Vermont. We were in Maine last weekend. It is. It really, really is. All right, so where should we begin? Preliminary results, inconclusive, but of course. Yes, of course. My team is working hard to do these things. There's no doubt in my mind. We're getting closer. I'm optimistic that a breakthrough is just... proof? Well, I'm a doctor, and you can take my word for it. No, of course. Assurances? I'm aware, but yes, I understand the cost. But you need to understand the time it takes, especially when dealing with samples as unique as the... Rosenberg. Yes, I know, but how long did it take him? The fire took everything, so we're starting from scratch here. Of course, yes, we're making progress. The samples? The more testing we do, the more extraordinary they become. I couldn't believe it when we got the dates back. Bone marrow only remains usable days after death. I was positive there was a mistake, so I had them run it through again. The results came back the same. Yes, that's what we're working on. The blood cells are active. Stem cells are intact. Aside from their longevity, there's nothing particularly unusual about them. But then when I will. Yep, next week. Thank you. Yes, of course. Goodbye.
Right. So that was quite an interesting phone call, right? Determine the focus of the experiments. I mean, bone marrow is possibly... Yeah. So he's doing something on bone marrow. I thought so. Something to do with the cells. Trying to regenerate bone marrow possibly after death, or keep it healthy after death. So, second half of the mission is improved methods. Received emails from Dr. Nathaniel suggest a more effective form of the substance in use. Determine the physical state of the new substance. Recent emails from Dr. Nathaniel suggest a more effective form of substance use. Yeah. Email exchange. New substance has been very effective. Sorry for the mass email, just wanted to ask a favour. I'm reading up on my British history. This is what I've been reading about so far. Any suggestions for what's next? The Battle of Jutland, Battle of Trafalgar, so... This is Napoleonic times, right? Determine the physical state. It's got to be something to do with this, right? We have got a reference over here. MDR9 BG. Archive not found. Okay. Sometimes they're archived, sometimes they're not. So it's the next day. I don't know if this is going to be a... Nathaniel. The substance has been very effective. It's the same guy, it's got to be something, right? Okay. I thought the Battle of Trafalgar... Was this a naval battle? These naval battles? I think they are. So it's water. Right? The new substance is water because all these battles take place in water, right? The Battle of Jutland, Battle of Trafalgar, yeah. Quiberon Bay. It's got to be. It's got. Oh, I was saying that. Battle of Majuba Hill. Let's try that one. Battle of Majuba Hill. It was a shit, man. Yeah, these dates. Oh, he's just going date by date, right? So we need a July 4th, a battle on July 4th in British history. 4th. Man, right. July 4th battles. And this is a British history. British Battle of Maida. Sailed from Messina. So it was a naval invasion. So it was a naval invasion, so still has stuff to do with water, I guess, doesn't it? I don't think that's the right answer, though. Liquid. Liquid? Yeah. I'm proud of myself with that one. That was quite difficult. So on to mission 8. The substance. It's experimenting with a new substance and cover the details by gaining access to their intranet.
Come down this Sunday to the Garavito Grand Slam and help raise money for sick kids. Every year, more than 15,000 children are diagnosed with cancer in the U.S. The Garavito Grand Slam will raise $100,000 to help those children.
The Rosenberg Clinic is experimenting with unique bone marrow substances. We need to learn more about these tests.
But something must be done. We are hosting a charity softball tournament, selling raffle tickets, hot dogs, and beer to raise money to support the kids. This Sunday, you can make a difference.
Right, okay. Oh, just one mission for this one. Use the document recovered in Dr. Morrick's recycling bin to obtain access to the intranet and cover the name of the substance used in the new tests. So we've got an archive number. We have their intranet. And we have a picture. Oh, actually I've just checked my time and that's the end of this episode. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for tonight. Next episode, we're going to come back. We're going to try and gain access to the intranet of Rosenberg Clinic and see what shady secrets are hiding in their documents. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
They were the talk of the town, and when the band was playing, that hesitation you could hear her say.